Hey buddy, hey Rebel Wolf. I am Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and today we're going to be doing some wire wrapping. I'm going to be wire wrapping these two cabs, I think. We shall see. So it looks like YouTube might actually be sending out notifications. What a world. In my suggested feed, WTF is baking powder. I'm like, I don't know. What is baking powder? Hey C Kitty, hey Jamie, hey Brooke, hey J Max, hey Magic, hey Crystal, hey Maria. It's great to see y'all today. I am putting it into live chat instead of top chat. That way I can see everybody's comments, and I'm doing that on the phone and the tablet. And if you guys have any questions for me, please be sure to do the at Yvonne Williams, because that highlights my name in orange on both of my devices and makes it significantly more likely that I'm going to be able to find your comment. Yep, just like how Mandy just did. Oh, hey Taylor, thank you. I'm glad you like my shirt. I like my shirt as well. It's got these like floopy sleeves, makes me feel like a goddess. Hey Bonnie in Texas, right on. Is this a Patreon exclusive? Probably. I don't know. You're gonna shame me forever for that, aren't you? Oh. Yvonne and everyone, hope you're all having a great day. We're having a really good day so far. Actually, that cup of coffee looks pretty good. I know it's just an emoji, but I would drink that. It looks like coffee that's been sitting in the pot for 3 days, but I'd still drink it. Okay, so shameless self-promotion moment. I know we're starting off early in this one, but we are fixing to take Maddie home tomorrow. We got to keep her longer than what we thought we would, but considering she's not going to be here for the next like 30 years, like we don't get to keep her forever. Like she'll be here back next year maybe, but I'm just saying we don't get to keep you for 30 years. So I'm like, it's way too soon. Maddie's like, what do you mean I don't get to? Like the harsh judgment in her little face, just like, what are you saying, Aunt Vaughn? We don't get to keep her long enough, and I'm devastated. But on a business end, we are going to be gone for like a week, so we're not doing another shop update. So this is like the last chance to get our glass cabochons mailed out to you if you order them today. Like we might, if we get some orders in like tomorrow morning, we might ship them before we hit the road, but I can't make any guarantees. But so these are what we have left. They start at $4 and work their way up. They are glass fused cabochons, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to wrap some of the styles that we have up there on our website. So, hey Propel, everything's going really well. And JMax, I did not finish my my dream catcher because I'm a bum. I'm a bum. Aw. Diane says she misses you, Maddie. Oh, I clicked the button too much. Hey, y'all, so glad to be here for it. Ah! Hey, Christy, we're doing great. Dang it, I can't get this figured out. Okay, there we go. Please pardon me while I mess about with my tripod, as per tradition. So also, I didn't know if Maddie was going to want this on a chain or on a necklace, but considering she goes home tomorrow, we're probably just going to put it on a chain for her. We'll see. The day is young, but my, how time flies. So I need to put a bunch of bales on these guys for our upcoming auction. Oh, also, thanks, Teresa. They were from my friend Holly, who lives here in Missouri, who took one of our leatherworking classes once, and we hit it right off, and she was very nice, and I miss her. So I miss most humans, actually. Also, I'm going to apologize in advance for the loud roaring noise. That is the fan that's blowing, if you can hear it. I turned off the air conditioner, but I can't turn the fan off because then I will just melt. But we do have, okay, FaceTime again. We have really big news. Dragon Con has been canceled. They're going virtual. And I'm almost ashamed of how relieved I am that they're going virtual. Like, I'm really feeling for a lot of our vendor buddies. Y'all are keeping Randy and I like we're surviving, like we're gonna be okay because of y'all. Unfortunately, not everybody has y'all, and so we're very concerned for a lot of our vendor buddies who, we're still doing 30 to 40 shows a year. The way that Randy and I had been, well, we only did like 34 one year. That was the most we ever did. But that's still, a lot of our friends were very, very heavy into just doing vending events, and so they don't have like an established online presence, and because there's like tiny hairs all over my face. Okay, I'm being serious though, but I also can't focus because there's like a million little hairs tickling me. Um, we're really concerned for our friends, and we know that we need Dragon, and if we needed it, we know that our buddies who don't have online presence are like hurting. So, but at the same time, you can't have Dragon Con right now. There's like everybody's gonna like every single person attending Dragon almost is like immunity compromised of some sort or another. Plus, people are gonna be like coughing in each other's mouths, regular convention stuff. Um, so, but yeah, so Dragon Con's canceled, which, trying to stay positive, gives us way more crap for in our auctions because we've been making double our inventory. Every time we make stuff for the auctions, we also try to make at least that much to put into our inventory for what we thought was going to be Dragon. But now we're putting that towards maybe Christmas, if Christmas still exists by the time that comes around. Yeah, people get con crud at conventions anyways, and just the fact that all of us have been staying at home, hopefully, for most of the year at this point, yeah, it's just gonna be a crud fest. Yeah, con crud is definitely a term for a reason, Mandy. But at least we aren't existing in limbo anymore. We have a plan, we can move forward. So, that sucks. But this is life. As Droma says, do what, Randy? Randy says no, Droma. We are not doing a 24-hour auction, but we will be doing weekly auctions come holiday season. Cash in on those dollar bills. As much as I don't enjoy consumerist, capitalist, like blah blah, etc., I also really like money. So not money so much as like all the beads and plants and crap that it can buy. Can you do a mention for the vendors on your website so we can support them too? Oh, Laura, that's a brilliant idea. Yeah, and DragonCon is having a virtual like dealer's room and panels and some different things going on like that. But I think that's definitely something we can do if I can get my life together. What, Daniel? Why are you screaming internally? Yeah, well, it's everybody knows their own business better than somebody else, and so I don't want to like some of our vendor buddies may not have like our t-shirt friends especially. We love Ben and Tracy with World of Strange, but I don't know if they're like, how do I phrase this? Sometimes whenever if you're producing a batch of a product, you have to buy all of the materials to make that product. And I don't want to, without communicating very carefully with them, promote something and then put them into a bind where they actually end up maybe losing money because they're trying to keep everything in stock. Like I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like it's not my business, so I don't want to overstep any boundaries because it's their business. I don't know the minutiae and the fine details. We are stopping by and visiting them while we're in Tennessee, and we're going to be talking with them quite a bit, I think, about business plans and stuff, and just kind of seeing if we can collaborate and do stuff. Ooh, yeah, Randy really likes blue, and I wanted to be holiday-ish for the 4th of July. Yeah, Tanya, that's something Randy and I were talking about this morning too. Just like the dog got stuck in the stairwell. Come here, Zeke. Come on, little buddy. You don't have thumbs. Yours are hard. But I know that Randy and I are stocking up on like boxes and organza bags and different things. So, thanks, Daniel. Oh, that's why Daniel was internally screaming. Yeah, we're gonna be you do not have to moderate weekly, Daniel. Like we've got this. Excuse me. Hey, Lily, how's it going? Not the Rona, just seasonal allergies, by the way. Do you want? I want to show you guys again more shameless self promotion, but 'tis the season of receiving the electricity bill from running our kiln all month, and we need money. Da 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 da. Oh, I'm sorry, Christy. Okay, so this is one of the y'all were there. A lot of y'all were there whenever we were. Hey, Rebel, right? Whenever we did the two-toned green and purple, and you can see how some of the dichro came out. But there wasn't really a way to be able to show, like, it does not capture well on the camera. Oh, well, thanks, Shepherdess. Why would somebody be calling? Why would Randy have his phone sound on? So that's how... Huh? What you doing? Uh-huh. Oh, scam likely. We do this thing whenever Randy gets phone calls from Scam Likely, where he answers in like his best, thickest Tennessee like bumpkin accent, which is just basically how he used to talk when he was a kid. And then we start just yelling at each other in redneck, which is our native tongue, I do think. So, ooh, this is another one with some dichro, and this is what 13C looks like. But I just wanted to show you guys the movement and the flash in a lot of these pieces. I don't remember 28 on the list of products. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm going to need to go through and double check. Hey, Suzette, how's it going? Hi, Rebel. Hey, Jane. Yeah, and sometimes there's no telling how the splat of diaper is going to come out. Now, I do want to show you guys how the shimmery tabs is what we're calling them, but the green aventurine, which is not the gemstone, it's like goldstone or blue goldstone, but green. So you can see this is one of our shimmer cabs, and I absolutely love them. So, right on, Sea Kitty. What is your best recommendation for sorting stones and gems? Do you mean like storing them in your home stash or like for display? Yeah, no, the crescent moon isn't listed. So we'll be getting those listed probably whenever we get back home. I have 2 crescent moons left. Typically, whenever I'm in a perfect world, when I'm organizing my beads, I like to do them by type, and then I'll sort them by size. So I'll ideally, again, in a perfect world, have a bead tray that has, let me grab one and I'll show you. Well, I am not finding any good examples because I live like a friggin' barbarian, but just as a general idea. Again, I say in a perfect world, but behold. Let me zoom this out just a bit if we can. So here I have my quartz crystal beads. I had teardrops, 4, 6, 8, and 10 millimeter. And then we had garnet in 10.864, labradorite 10.864, and then also things kind of expanded irregularly. Like we had an overflow of garnet. I had my amethyst down the side. We had pyrite down the side. And so I tried to keep this tray to quartz, garnet, labradorite, and amethyst. But of course, you know, you can never anticipate how things are going to grow and change. Yeah, Tanya. For sure, yeah. That's something that if you guys make bids on something in our auction, we can arrange payment that for if you want it to hold over until the first of the month, just talk to us and let us know. And so here on this one, we've got, again, lapis, 10.864, carnelian, opalite, and then it gets into like a jumbled mess. In a perfect world, I would have one tray for every gemstone type and room to grow into, and things wouldn't be the absolute cluster as they are. But behold. So that's how I sort my gemstones, but there's about a million different ways. So you do you. A lot of it is to just maybe try to be consistent, or maybe to log it. Like if I would actually just label the front of the trays, that would save me so much time and effort. But as odd as it's gonna sound, I have a really hard time with labeling things because I have, like, I guess commitment issues or something. But that's also Vaughn from like 15 years ago. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. Which green one did I show you, Rebel? Also, our online sales are available to people internationally. Just please be mindful that if it gets absolutely totally lost in the mail, there's not a whole lot that we can do. Yes, this month's auction will be on the 24th. What y'all mumbling in there?
We're talking about accounts and how when other people use your account and it messes up your.
Gotcha. Yeah. It has sounded important, so I'm nosy.
No, not at all.
Okay. So I'm going to be wrapping in some bear copper today because I really want to see this one right here. Maybe. I was going to wire wrap it, but... Ooh, Colorado asks, can we see how you set up your bead world? Looks like it's changed. Yes, it's a mess, but you asked. And I'm going to be using square and half round in bear copper. Okay, tour time. Like, do you want it wrapped, Rebel, or do you want me to just tell you the rock? Because I can do either. For you, Rebel, anything. Okay, so that's our front, like, door into the rest of the house. We live upstairs whenever we're not working, which is very rarely. But we do sleep up there, so that's good. Oops. Okay, so, sorry, I'll stop hitting the tripod. Over here, we have storage, a lot of paint stuff. That's our inventory up top there. A lot of art crap. An empty bin. I'm really bad about, like, I started organizing everything and then stopped. I think because Maddie got here and I stopped rummaging through everything. But we got a bunch of drawers and I just haven't put anything in them yet because, again, I am a bum. Hey, Natalie, how's it going? So now this moves us over to my main recording and wire wrapping station. I really love the light from the big window and that I can sit there and glare at people as they walk on the sidewalk. because I'm an old person. I'm like, why are you in front of my house? Like, storage in the rainbow cart drawers on either side. Again, still not really organized in any semblance of something that's like actually organized, but we're working on it. And then that brings us over to my metalsmith desk, which I've not gotten to use as much as I would have liked. But if you have like 37 hobbies, there's only so many days in the month. Ooh, right on. Yes, you can have that one too. I'll get it listed after the stream, or that one would have been $6. So you can just send us a Rebel if you do like a $6 tip into our tip jar. Then I'll just lump it into your order, if that makes sense. Yes. Okay. And then so yeah, that's that corner. This is where I keep the bulk of my beads and skulls. Again, kind of poorly organized-ish right now, but working on it. Oh yeah, and the cat dug through the insulation to get, not sure if it was into or out of the house or both, so we had to replace it with hardy board that hopefully it's like a concrete board, hopefully she'll have a slightly different, she'll have a harder time digging through it. Sorry. But yeah, so this is my lampwork glass station. That's pretty new from my last room tour. That's Little Blue, our bead annealing kiln. And Randy built me a rack for all of my rods. That's where I hang more of my skulls. That's the portal into the other room with our two very beautiful moderators, Randy and Maddie, who are giggling and making me feel loved out. I'm heartbroken. Today's our last day to like hang out with Maddie before we take her home tomorrow. It's okay. I wore waterproof mascara, so I can cry all day. And I'll still probably have streaks, but that's fine. Oh, and this thing's really good. It holds up the kiln. Like, you can put a bunch of stuff on it. We got a new power line put in, so that's good. And we totally bypassed the grandfathered in electrical laws by not going into the walls at all. We could add in some modern electricity without having to worry about them being like, actually you're fired, you're in trouble. And then over here we have storage. I'm actually gonna roll the cart this way. This is my sculpting station, which is like a little cubicle of resin molds and additives and more molds and additives and fairy house things and polymer clay and lots of stuff. Ooh, right on, Jane. Hashtag who's Randy? So this is excuse me, the front craft room. Then coming into here, we have, this is kind of our shipping station, our glass fusing station and materials. I'm gonna take just a quick peek into here. This is the forge room and leather storage. It's a complete and total nightmare in there because I'm trying to reupholster these two chairs. It's actually, we'll go all the way in here. Oh, Ember, my sweet kitty. This is where Ember sits because she hates all of us. I love you though. You're such a good girl. But I'm like halfway through reupholstering this chair and I've already decided, first off, I'm not very good at reupholstering things, and second off, this was not the right fabric choice for having furry animals lay on all the time. And then, so that's the second reupholstering project, but we've got a double deep shelf here that we store our leather on, and more leather storage, and it's just a bunch of storage in here, that very poorly organized, of course. And then our dragon eye painting closet, where we also do airbrushing, our glow forge, which by the way, I'm gonna steal, oops, 2 of these because I need to do a wire wrap test of them. Okay. Coming back in here. What y'all doing?
Talking the logistics of heritage.
Mmm.
Like guess.
Family tree crap?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. And then this is more of the shipping station and other things. Oh yeah, and Baby Yoda floating in your pod, Baby Yoda. Woo-hoo.
Just want me to take that down so we don't accidentally forget it.
Plants. I figured what we'd do, Randy, is tonight when we get home, we will just pile everything of Maddie's in the house on the table that we find throughout. Okay.
Oh, you already made
But as we find things, we'll just bring them to the table. Yeah, Baby Yoda, plants, and leatherworking. And Big Blue, our fusing kiln. That Randy has emptied for me, and I need to reload again. Where'd my chair go? There it is. But yeah, so that's our craft room. I had a bearded dragon named Yoda. That's amazing. Okay, I wasn't able to keep up with questions while we were doing that. Lily says there's a wonderful comforting feeling in labeling your stuff. You could label half to see if you like it, then include the other half for your madness. That's a really good idea, Lily. Okay. You're coming to Tennessee? How long will you be here? We'll only be there for a couple of days. We're doing a bit of a turn and burn. We're dropping Maddie off, visiting family for a second from like 6 feet, and then popping by to see some business friends for a business meeting, and then coming right back home. So, Jane says, "Can I come live with you?" I don't think so. I'm a very like actually terrible person to live with. I'm very like ornery, and grumpy, and like I growl a lot, and apparently I fart all the time because it makes Maddie laugh every time that I do, and I'm just like, oh, I thought they'd be quiet, and then she's like, so enter at your own risk. Oh geez, yeah, and that's another thing is we're trying to not like see other humans the entire time while we travel, which is hard to do. Jules said, "Miss your hangout. Glad to see you." Aw. Show armpits. I just didn't.
What am I doing, Rebel?
I don't know. I don't know if we can. If you want to, it's complicated. Send us an email and we can deal with it after the stream, possibly. But if you, the stuff that's listed, unless you like purchase it, right off, we can't guarantee that somebody can't come in and like swipe it up. Yvette, oh my gosh. Okay, so back to work. Now that we've done impromptu room tour. We are definitely taking masks with us. We are practicing the strictest precautions that we can. Because the strictest one would just be to stay home, you know. But we have to return the child. Okay. So I guess we're just going to be wire wrapping this one today. I'm on pause and crafting right now for the other day. Oh no, see kitty? Oh no. Keep the kids, right? We call them interns. There's no slave or child labor here. It's their interns. Yvette does know Randy. We've actually had the pleasure of getting to hang out with Yvette in like person, like real life. Like our meat bags were all in the same room together. Gotcha, Tracy. We feed them. It's a little bit more like an indentured servitude. We feed and house, and they have to work it off. So, which is that illegal? I think that's probably illegal. Anyways, it's very under the table. Right? So this is one of oh man, let me drink some water and get my head on straight. Maddie lives in Tennessee. So this is representative of one of the cabochons that will be going out in July's craft along kits on our Patreon. These are fused glass. We make them from multiple layers of different glass colors. And some of them might still have a little bit. I try to sand it down, but oof, it gets tiring because they're doing figure eights on all the the sandpaper, and we don't currently have wet dry sandpaper, so it's just it's a mess. It does a bit look like sea glass, a bit shinier though. They're having so much fun together. I actually feel like Randy and Maddie get along better than Maddie and I do. Not that Maddie and I don't get along, but just I'm a workaholic and feel bad about it. But I'm always just like working on something, whereas Randy will actually like sit and hang out. Mr. RM says, do you still do the leathercraft? I used to enjoy watching them. I do. Things have been so weird lately. Just with not just the state of the world and conventions and things, but just here at home and in my own headspace. So I haven't done a whole lot of leather projects. But I still absolutely love it. I have a few custom pieces on the table that I need to get cracking on. And then I'd actually made a wallet for our niece Abigail while she was here. We're in Tennessee. Since she's under 18, I don't feel like not that I don't trust you, but I don't trust, just that it's on the internet, and I don't want to be giving out somebody else's information. So I am wrapping 18 gauge square wire with 18 gauge half round. Hey Sabrina. Thanks Lola. Yeah, I kind of miss getting to just make stuff, like, as odd as that sounds. Whew. Yeah, we try. Definitely shepherdess. Lots of cool ways to incorporate glass and leather. Brooke asks, is the leather stuff more profitable at conventions? Oftentimes, if we're able to sell a huge costume, then a bit. It's just that the leather stuff I found is more likely to sell at conventions because we don't have to deal with shipping, which some of the big, like our dragon head sculptures and our big costumes cost sometimes almost $100 more just to ship. And also we're able to do fitting and sizing there in person at the conventions. And I really like having leather in the booth because it's big and it's cool and it gets people interested in looking at it. And it really opened up whenever we were selling jewelry, even with it just being chainmail. We didn't have a very high male client base. Whenever we started incorporating leatherworking, we really increased our sales to like a male demographic. Like guys would be like, hey, cool, a leather bracelet. Like they were just a little bit more into it. So we just started just carrying leather stuff for in the booth, but I wasn't able to get stuff made quickly enough to have stuff for booth and inventory. I will be right back. Hey Suzanne, how's it going? Is there a giveaway today? There is. Not entirely certain what we're going to be giving away. Um, oh, right on, Rebel. Jamie says, have you ever thought about doing an instructional book for wire wrapping? I have, um, but I haven't done it yet. A lot of it is, again, just the state of my own mind this past year. I am working on a curriculum for Camp Craft Along, which, again, we aren't entirely certain just yet if that's going to be moving forward, but I was going to publish a booklet that's like a wire weaver's guide that has like a compendium of information. But because I don't know exactly all the sources of anywhere I've ever learned everything, I'm not entirely certain how, if I'd publish it or if I'd just have it as part of the you took the class, so here's a little bit of a book. Like, if that makes sense. Hey Mars, how's it going? Oh, Magic says, I'm scared to branch out into wire shapes beyond round. I highly recommend it. Like, I can understand feeling like daunted by it, and maybe like you're not wanting to waste materials. But it's really that I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised. Sorry, I don't mean to keep hitting the tripod. Mr. RM says, are you scared if you show everyone how to do it, you won't make money? Oh, no, not at all. Dude, that's like what my entire YouTube channel and business model is based off of. It's like, here's how to do every single thing I've ever done. Because I feel like by the nature of it being a handmade item, there's only so many things that I could make in a day or in a year or in a lifetime. And to hoard something, I feel like is doing a disservice to myself as a student. Because it's, you grow by learning and sharing. Like, you know what I mean? Ah, gotcha, Rebel. Ooh. CKD says, I plan on only buying some square and half round. I recommend the 18 gauge half round. It's nice and beefy. And then either an 18 or 20 gauge square is what I like. But I'd love to hear what other folks have. Yeah, it's all handmade. And I know I've learned more by sharing. What did I do with those pliers? I've learned more by sharing what I've learned than by hoarding it by like way far. I wish I could get my head on straight. I can't keep two thoughts together, and I'm so easily distracted today. I just don't even know what's up. There they are. They fell down in the cup. And also, it's going to be loud, but I'm turning the air conditioner back on, y'all. What would it look like if you alternate the wires at the top before bending? That would be one of the Lisa Barth designs from her Timeless Wire Weaving book. And I am going to say the 18 gauge for me is a little too thick to be able to pull that off. Like I have a hard time, I have a really hard time with it. Like just getting everything to be nice and clean. Randy's in the other room, just hanging out with Maddie and moderating. Yeah, it is way too hot to not have the air on. Hey Sandra, how's it going? But no, I feel like even if there's something that I feel like, man, I came up with that, which is not frequent because I feel like there's not a thing I've done in this world that isn't already derivative to some extent of something that's been done a million times over by everyone else anyways. But if like with my templates, my leather templates are a good example, like my corset design. I did feel like while I didn't invent the corset, I drafted that out off of my body and bodies of my friends. I refined the, excuse me, the style to be adaptable to a lot of our different clients. Like I carried that design in our booth for about 2 years before I did the tutorial. And so, but I feel like if you make a corset based off of that template, like it's yours. You cut the leather, you did the tooling, you did the tweaking, you did the dyeing, that is your corset. Like, unless somebody takes the pattern and like, starts mass producing it with like a die click or something, like one of those die cutters. Um, but, meh. Um, Bonnie says, is there a reason why you don't use colored wire? Just, I don't know. I think I prefer the look personally of uh, the base metal tones. Sometimes I'll incorporate a little bit of color, like little bright splashes of color, but as odd as it sounds, whenever we started carrying wire wrapping in our booth, I could have two pieces looking exactly the same except for the wire color, and people didn't want to pay as much for the colored wire as what they did for the wire that looked like a base tone. Like if it was like a red or a green or a blue, like it's almost like I had the feeling that people weren't taking my work as seriously because it was, bright, non-conventional colors. So I don't know. And then I think maybe I've just been stuck in that headspace ever since then. Which is weird because I see other people's work and I absolutely love the way it looks with bright, colorful wire. Um, oh no, Rebel! Oh, I'm so sorry. Honestly, that's what I was afraid of. Now, we will be doing another shop update with more green calves whenever we get back from Tennessee. It's just I've been trying to do a shop update every weekend, and we'll be gone this weekend. So okay. Now I'm kind of loosely following along with an Oksana crafts tutorial. Not like I don't have it pulled up, but just in my mind. This is very, very based on one of her wire wrapping designs. Oh, this one actually is a beautiful labradorite that we're going to get prepped up for the auction. Oh, wow. Great Lakes, you could do that on Discord, or you could email it to us, though I've been very hit or miss lately with email. It's they keep being like, are you logging in from, this place on this device? And I'm like, no. So that sucks. I love labradorite as well. Right on, Rebel. And again, I still feel like if I could get my paws on some 20 gauge, that might be a lot better. Ooh, paint pouring. Oh, I bet that's a ton of fun, Jane. Yeah, we don't know yet, Magic. We've been so busy this past week just having fun and hanging out with Maddie. We've gotten like no inventory made for the auction. So
Who's that?
not much. What you doing?
Looking for ear hooks.
I don't know where your hooks are. It might be over a column. Yeah, down one. Is there a drawer that's pushed back? Yes. What are you making?
Maddie's ears are closing up, so we're just gonna give her some ear hooks.
Oh, okay. Hey, Kate, how's it going? I thought we had them in there.
See, I pull in a headphones.
Yeah. I can help you out after the stream.
Okay. Follow me too.
Yeah. Oh, Trisha asks, where do you buy your cabs from? We actually make a lot of our own now. And then other than that, I get most of them from on Amazon or on eBay. Hey, Randy.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have a cup of coffee or something? I'm having such a hard time focusing.
Sure.
I've got like a migraine.
Well, that's not good.
No, it's not. And I'm like sweaty. And my bra is squeezing the hell out of me. Like, my meat bag is so grumpy today.
Well,
I need to come up with a better way of explaining that my corporeal form is no performer.
no, I like the meat bag issue.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm live streaming. I can't, Jane. My boobs will eat the camera. And I told myself I wasn't going to talk about tatas today. Ooh. J-Max says, I bought me some square and rectangle stones and wonder how to wrap it. Thanks for this wire wrapping example. Ooh. This would work really well on a squared stone, especially if you did like a little bit of a point. I just keep like squeezing it too much. Oh, well, I don't wear anything with wires in it, Magic. That's ridiculous. Gotcha. That struggle's real, Jane. Okay, let's see if I can focus for like 2 seconds. Come on. We can do this. Just bringing it up to there and bend all at once. Oh, right on, Jamie. Gotcha, Jane. Yeah, that's something that even a lot of bralettes won't address necessarily. You okay? That was a minute. Squirrel. Yeah. Rebel says, so weekly auction now, yeah? No, we will be having the weekly auctions towards the holidays. Like, probably after Thanksgiving. Sort of thing. Okay, so I've got them bent. Sorry, just reading comments. Speaking of which, we actually had somebody yell at us, kind of, for they can't read the comments after the live stream is over. I have no idea how to help that. But if any of y'all are experiencing that problem, the best advice I can give is to possibly Google the, you Google your problem for the device that you're viewing on, because sometimes different things are going on with tablets and TVs than just on a mobile device or on a computer. Also, I would never maliciously be like, "Blah ha ha, I'm gonna make it to where people can't watch my," like, we didn't, like, click some button just to spite you. So please don't yell at me. Thanks. Also, in today's lineup of things to bitch about, oh, I forgot. I forget what I was gonna bitch about. Well, darn. Surely it will return to me. Danielle says they can read the comments by clicking the comments box. And I thought that was the case. Oh, that's the other thing. Sometimes if it's like directly after a live stream, it can take sometimes up to 30 minutes for the stream to like finish processing, to where like if I mislabel something or anything like that, I even have to wait 30 minutes before I can go in and make any edits to my own video. So perhaps be patient and perhaps Google it before screaming into the void that is the internet. Wow, Kathy says it takes about a day or two sometimes to show up. Well, I'll be darned. That sucks. But, oh, I don't know where Jim is. Yeah, well, that's the way that Randy puts it. He says we do not negotiate with terrorists, or we do not engage with terrorists. So if somebody's just being downright hostile or an asshat, we just delete their comment. We're like, if you can't reread over your comment and see what's wrong with it, we're not going to take the time to be polite to you. We're just going to delete you and carry on with our lives as best we can. Because it's like, come on, people, practice some basic freaking courtesy. And for 3 or 4 years now, I've been like, oh, kill him with kindness, just be overly polite and like push on through it and everything. And I'm really getting kind of fed up. Right, Ashley? Okay, so now I'm bringing this one around. Because this is always, I love doing this part, and then it's when it gets up here that I'm like, what do we do with all these, with all these wires? Well, I think it may just be that I'm just sour because I have to take Maddie home, but I'm not feeling it today as far as tolerating hats go. But in general, I do try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Birdhousebeads.com. Right on. It does, Daniel. Just leave the wires. New fashion statement. Maybe. So I like to get a full rotation in. Isn't that there's the cutest little whoop? I love that. I love everything about that. And then this one's kind of bent wonky, so I'm just going to take it, grab it by its little end, and start twisting. Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda. How do you get your anklets to lay flat? Mine always go wrong. Sometimes using a heavier charm or bead. Like, is it ones that you've purchased or ones that you've made? Because if it's ones that you've purchased, oh yeah, don't forget about our, well, I'm not disagreeing that mammograms are painful. As somebody who's some of my favorite people in this world happen to have penises, let's not bash on men. I don't think anybody maliciously was like, hey, let's crush some titties for the mammograms. It's. Ooh, okay. We'd be making more. Yes, I do think so, Phyllis. I'm gonna try my best. It's hard to get the glass to come out rectangular, so. I know, that twist. What a twist. But yeah, upcoming we have our giveaway. I think we'll be giving, I don't know what we're giving away today. I'm gonna have to go into the other room and find it. Do the twist. Ah, Rebel, well, thank you. Like, I wish I could get this guy to just down to the bottom. To sit a little better. Maybe if I just smush it right on. Tracy, sometimes using a heavier bead can get it to lay more properly. Like that way it doesn't like twist around and right on, Deb. The best way I've found is to just hold on the very two far ends of the wire. Helps me to get a really nice even twist. Yeah, no, it just doesn't want to. So do I bind? Yeah, we've got enough of them. I'm going to bind this one off here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip. Thank you to our friend Judy for sending our new wire snippers that are fantastic. But yes, you can kind of see maybe. I just have it wrapping around the back, and then I wanted to tuck the end where hopefully it will not be snagging on anything. No, she had purchased it for us off of Amazon and sent it. It was very generous of her. Okay, so again, snipping past where I want the bend to be. I'm giving myself about 4 millimeters. And then just coming in with our round nose pliers and bringing it around to make a loop, not completely, but just enough that now we can get in there with some flat pliers and pinch it down. And then coming in and trying to lay everything, keep it nice and flat. Okay, and now I'm going to be using, you could use a pen or a mandrel. And I'm going to be using my mandrel on the 6mm. Thanks, Jane. I think I'm just tired. It's been such an adventure this summer, but whew, it's been a bit of a roller coaster too, so. And I think that goes for everybody. Giveaway time. Okay, well, let me finish up some spirals and crap. Oh, I don't think I like that at all. Well, bugger. Okay. So when I count down 3 rounds, hell will be the company. We're probably going to be cutting this short after the giveaway. I hate to abandon y'all, but we've got like just a bunch of stuff that we've got to get done around the house before leaving. Like, I don't really like how offset that is, but I think there might be a way that we can balance it. So let's see, maybe coming around the side here. I really love it when the light cuts through it. That kind of aqua color. Excuse me. Thanks, Deb. Well, now I feel like I'm fiddling it to the point that it's starting to get marred up. Blah. Son of a duck. So now I'm going to, the nice thing though about doing that with the bare copper wire is we can actually go through and polish out our plier marks. So it's more work, but if I were using like an enameled wire or something, that gets pretty difficult to do. Oh my god, would you just stay in place? You're killing me. Okay, so I'm going to clamp the heck out of that and then grab this and go like that, wiggling it and pulling. That cinches it down. There we go. And I'm going to snip, giving myself about 3/4 of an inch. Thought about a rectangular cab from you. Nope, we'll be making more. It had blue flowers. Please, one last time. Then I will go to my corner. I'm sorry, Phyllis. I thought I had answered you. I will be making more. rectangular. Hopefully we'll have to get more of that dichro that has the flower pattern on it, but I would like more. It's difficult, I've found, for me to get the rectangles to actually come out rectangularly. But I would like to do more like that. Well, I balanced it out a little bit. Oh, thank you, Mars. And I think I'm actually going to snip that one right there. Oh no, the struggle is very real, Ashley. I feel like I'm always looking at my pieces like, why are you doing this? Okay, so we've gotten that bent around, and I'm gonna snip. And I'm gonna try to make a little loop and then cram it in there. Because that is something that I like about the 18 gauge, is it's thick enough that you can have little spirals just floating. Whew. We did it, guys. We made a pendant. Oh my gosh. Oh, right on, Phyllis. Yeah, that'll be a lot easier if it doesn't have to be rectangular. This piece will be in the auction. Eek, and I don't know how I feel about that, but we will see. Also, this is something that I was going to experiment and see how putting this through my rotary tumbler with some burnishing compound and stainless steel shot might harden the piece up, but also I wanted to experiment and see how the glass holds up. So also, this is a way that y'all could wrap some of the cabs that I'm going to be sending out in July's craft along kits. So that's one way of many to wrap the cabs. I really want to try one that has like a little point and like a bead, maybe 2 beads. I don't know. We'll see. This is 18 gauge square wire and 18 gauge half round wire, both from Parawire. And this is in the bare copper, just because I've got bunches of that right now. Ah, right on, Phyllis. Okie dokie. Oh, let's get a stretch in. Goodness. Alrighty, so let's go have a giveaway. Let's go rummage through the pile and see what we have for the giveaway. Because, of course, I did not prepare myself today for that. Yep, let me find something. Do you mind if I leave the camera with you guys for a minute?
Sure.
You're in here talking WoW lore?
Kinda. A little bit. We are having internet issues, so we are running off of my phone at the moment. Hello.
Okay, so
What are we giving away today?
today we are giving away one of April's craft along kits
Ooh.
that has one of our very first fused glass cabs in it, as well as a polymer clay cab and some laser cut pieces. And I'm leaving it in the bag, that way it leaves an air of mystery.
What do you mean?
They don't know exactly what it looks like till they get it.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay, Maddie can actually put the camera where you are. There we go. This is my Randy. He is
No.
super good.
Not backlit anymore.
You're not backlit. We are on random comment picker. If you guys have not left a comment on last week's giveaway, please go do that. Daniel's been spamming the link. Thank you, Daniel. And so yeah, like 10 seconds and then it'll be too late. So this is copyright. Boop, doop, burpin', derp, I'm a chirpin', burpin', derpin', doo. Oh, good stretch.
It's last chance.
That was a good stretch.
Is it?
Yeah, that was a pretty good stretch. Okay, so if you haven't commented already, too late.
Alright, unit from 68.
Uh-huh.
88.
88. Oh! So, good luck. We are clicking the button. Drum roll, please. Oh, is he down? He's so cute. He's like, what? I'm here. Cat's Corner. Congratulations, Cat's Corner. If you'll send us an email at backtooearthcreations@yahoo.com with where you would like for us to ship to, we will get your craft-along kit shipped out to you eventually. Hopefully soon. It's right here.
We lost it already.
We lost it already.
Alright.
Okie dokie. Thank you, Randy. So, in these last little bit that we have together, let's do some Q&A. Oh no, Daniel, using your belly for the drum roll. Let's do some quick Q&A. Also, we will not be having a patron exclusive live stream this Saturday. We will be resuming regular tutorials at the end of the month. Our auction will be on the 24th. We have cabs up for sale on our website. If you want to go over and support us on Patreon, that'd be amazing. I think that's all the commercial stuff. Right on, Dana. Yep. Cat's Corner, and that's cats with a K, I do believe. So, like, Randy, was the last name spelled?
Yeah, C-O-R.
Okay. But it's Cats with a K?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Cat's Corner, K-A-T-S. Hey, Randy?
Yes.
Okay, K-A-T-S Corner. So it was our winner today. But yeah, I think that's all for today. We'll be back for next Tuesday. We will be Merry Heart. So long as nothing goes wrong. But yeah, we should be back. I just made it to Georgia yesterday. Oh goodness, Lydia. Thanks, Sabrina. But yeah, so also we'll be pretty quiet online. So if we don't get back to your email or, just Discord or Patreon or Instagram or anything like that, it's nothing personal. We're just crappy at doing our jobs. But no, we will be away from home for a week. So we'll see you guys though whenever we get back. And until next time, everybody, happy crafting. Bye.